All right. This is going to be about learning personal strength. And again, the reason why is because I'm hurting. A lot of times, we put the value, not a lot of times, but for me, uh, um, recently after the legal thing and in the process of me coming up from trying to come up from the legal thing, um, I find that some people will try to forcibly enter their thoughts and negative feelings about you onto you. And the thing about it is that when you're in a situation like I'm in now, you're very vulnerable. Like I said, loss of family, no friends, career wise, it's been just devastating with the legal thing. So what ends up happening, because with the legal situation, it does to you is it um, takes away everything, for me anyway, that you built yourself on. It takes away your, how others perceive your reputation, your character, and how you feel about yourself, because wow, somebody could actually do that to me, you know and and it's a very long process. Like I said, it's been 10 years. Yeah, just about 10 years. And it's hard to rebuild from that. You don't get any validation. You don't and you're looking for people in authority to stand up and do the right thing. And really, what the world perceives to be the right thing is if is it something that's popular to do, you know because if it's popular, it must be good, and if it's not, it must not be. And it's so funny because the commenter made a statement about popularity, and to me, popularity has never been my thing. It's to speak my truth. And I think in my older age and through the process of all this wearing down that I've gone through, I think part of it is to be loved, just as a human being, and appreciated for who you are and respected for who you are. And I don't get that, and it's a little bit scary to me. And shout outs to a couple of new subscribers. I got a couple of what appears to be normal people subscribing to my YouTube, people with at least seemingly real names and real comments. And, I want to say thank you. I don't know how long that's going to last, because eventually, you're going to see things that you may not agree with. And I do post often. So, but I mean, it's just painful, and then you just in the process of learning not to validate yourself based on other people. I've always thought that I've been self assured, but I didn't realize that it was all the positivity and encouragement around me. I don't have any now. And not only do I not have any, I have people that are personally willing to come and bring darts to me to hurt me, or to personally, bust a bomb in my presence to kind of, again, to hurt me, to make sure that it's known. And I don't know, it does hurt. Especially again, like I said, at a time like now where I'm just so vulnerable. And just like the job thing, um, just persevering. I have to keep that spirit of perseverance and due diligence, and I have to remember it's not about other people, it's about me. Because the situation I'm in now, like I said, the person that owns this place, I'm gonna tell you, yesterday I felt I got a lot of odd looks and things yesterday. And when I took a selfie, I kind of saw why, Um, just I didn't realize I got so big in the middle, but I don't think that was only it. But it affects how you feel about yourself. But anyways, um, I came out of my room And the owner happened to be in the kitchen when I walked past. And so I was just like, later, walked out the door. And he just acted really weird, like, I mean, it was just weird. And the day before that, I came back from church. And again, I'm doing the selfies to self actualize. The other lady, the girl, the younger girl that lives here, she happened to be in the kitchen. And I was taking selfies. Now, it's a big mirror. So I was standing back away from the mirror taking selfies. And she was looking in my direction, but I guess she was probably looking in the mirror, at me. But after I went into the room, she immediately went into the owner's room and said something. Probably snot and trite, I don't know. But then the next day, like I said, I came out of my room. The owner happened to be in the kitchen. And I just said later. And he just acted really strange. But I didn't have time to ask him about it because I had to run. So I kept it moving. But today, um, I had time. So I came out and I said good morning. And usually I don't say good morning because, again, my words have to have meaning. And if I say good, I usually just say hello. But, and, so he spoke back. And, I know this is kind of weird. So I just asked him, how's everything going? And was real hesitant. He was like, all right so far. I was like, oh, okay. And so I was like, well, what do you have planned for the week? And he was like, oh, nothing really, except bowling. He's going bowling or something. I was like, oh, okay, are you good? And he was like, no, not really. I asked him his score and it was really bad. It's like 150. So, the purpose of me doing that, I was trying to see what was going on. Did he have something he wanted to share with me? And like I said, from past experiences, he doesn't say anything, and I was trying to get it out of him, without being so direct. So I kind of left it at that. And the other day, the young girl that lives here, her dog pooped, left a big pile of poop in the middle of the floor in front of my door. And so my first exclamation was like, wow, the dog pooped on the floor. And so the owner came to clean it. Then the other older woman came and said she would clean it for her. And he said, do you want me to mop it too? And the owner was like, because it's going to smear it everywhere. And I'm thinking to myself, why would he tell her no? You'll leave feces all over the residue. But I didn't say anything. I just stayed in my room. And I thought to myself, well, because, I exercise out there and everything. I'm on the floor and everything. And I was just like, well, I'll just mop it and sweep it when I get a chance. So that's what I did today. I bleached it down and everything. And dry mopped it. And this is what hurt my feelings, you guys. And I know things can be construed from my poetry post as different, but and I need to probably put this in my about me section. When I talk about love and stuff, I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about romantic love. But so this is what hurt my feelings. So, I cleaned up and I had planned on doing a dance interpretation of Black Butterfly. But I couldn't find any choreography except for like churchy choreography, and their movements are all the same. You know one, you know them all. So I was like, no. And so I started listening to I Can Only Be Me from the School Days soundtrack and Black Butterfly by Denise Williams. And I think that would be a nice little mix. I'll mix it when I get a chance. But so after I finished mopping or whatever cleaning, I was just like, okay, I didn't want to dance anymore. I wanted to sing. But then the singing was awful. I could never sing that song. So it was off more awful than usual. So I was like, no. And then I was still gonna ask him, just try to find a way to find out what's going on. Like, what's 3 things that you would change about me? But I didn't have a chance. He was on the phone or something. And then eventually the young girl came out. When the young girl came out, he was like, he waited till I came in. And then when the young girl came out, he was just like, hey, such and such. He was like, I'm going to Walmart today. Do you wanna go with me? And she was hesitant, I guess, because she just woke up. She was like, it's cold. And he was just like, do you need to, and then he was like, you want to go? You know, so she was like, okay, she'll go. Then he asked the other woman, hey, such and such name, I'm going to Walmart, are you coming? And so that made me feel bad, because just the fact that he didn't even offer, not that I don't, need rides or anything like that, but just the show of kindness. You know what I'm saying? So that made me feel bad. That made me want to cry because it's like I went out of my way. I said good morning, nothing said to me. I went out of my way to try and find out what's going on, nothing. You know, and I mean, it did. It made me feel bad, and it was made for of course, for me to hear, and it was just it made me feel bad. And the thing about it, and I think it made me feel so bad because it's not necessarily, and this is what I'm learning from the past girl that was here too. It's not necessarily her. Part of it is her, but it's the owner. From the beginning, like I say, he didn't really like me. And then that's the other part that hurt. This was what the poem was about. That day when she said all those nasty things to me, what she said to me was, and I need to find, I put it all on a little sticky because I didn't want to forget because it hurt and it left an effect. And even if I don't remember the words, they're there. But she was like, no, you're negative. Nobody, nobody likes you. You're in denial, such and such and such. And that's the only thing I can remember. Negative, nobody, that's why nobody likes you. Um, and some other things I don't remember, but when she said that, and again, like I said, at the time it didn't affect me because I was so busy. But in hindsight, right at this moment now, and the last time I blogged about it, it did affect me, and it has lasting effects. Like I said, the bomb, like when he's, was like, hey, I'm going to Walmart. You want to go? Come and go with me. That was like a bomb because he dropped it loud for everybody, everything to hear, for me to hear. And those words, though they were supposed to be kindness and camaraderie, it was a bomb and the explosion hit on me. And shrapnels are like when she threw that grenade of that nastiness that she threw as a grenade. She threw it and it didn't explode immediately, but it exploded afterwards, and I could feel the results of it. And it was very hard for me, and it because in this situation, like I said, I'm all alone. I am all alone in this situation, and it's just like it hurts because this environment is supposed to be one where I'm recuperating and I'm growing and I'm loving myself and I'm learning, and it does hurt, because of the treatment that I do get. Everything kind of validates that. Like I said, the way that he acted this morning, it validated that. And she was the seed of it, so it's fine. But I mean, and then like contacting that employer back, that woman, the background check stuff was done. There was nothing else for me to say, you know. But that woman, she kept coming at me with your 1099s. I don't have a 1099. You know what I'm saying? I didn't I don't have that. I can call people and talk to them. But actually, the process was over. It was over. And just no response from her, And she was just like, oh, yeah, you start on Monday, blah, blah, blah. I'll send you the letter. But it was just really icy, It was just real nasty. So, I mean, so it validated that. And it validates how I feel about myself. The fact that that guy at work, and I talked to another, I'm going to do a part two on this.